Have you heard? It's Merry Christmas!
Yes. The Truck Show. We're gonna show you what we know. We're gonna answer what the truck. 'Cause truck rhymes with The Truck Show. We have the lifted, we have the lowered, and everything in between. We'll talk about trucks that run on diesel, electricity, and on gasoline. The Truck Show, the Truck Show, the Truck Show. Oh, oh.
It's the Truck Show with your host, Holman.
Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm stuffed full of Christmas ham. I'm overflowing with joy, exhausted from shopping and cooking. But before I retire for the night with a fine glass of Cardinal de Four Armagnac and an Opus X cigar on the patio, I just wanted to say a quick shout out to all of you listeners and fans, and from the bottom of my heart, wish you all a very Merry Christmas, including our sponsors, and a couple reminders. Don't forget, from now until December 31st, take advantage of AMSOIL's holiday offer. You spend $125 or more on synthetic oil, lubricants, greases, car care products, and even merch. And you get the AMSOIL Blocks UTV set for free. Just use that promo code Holman2025 at checkout. And then also ending at the end of the year, don't miss your chance to get a new knife for 40% off MSRP. That's right. Treat yourself to a Kershaw. Use the promo code TSP2025 and get yourself a new knife today at kershaw.kaiusa.com before it's too late. And also OVR Mag makes a great gift for you or someone else. If you want the latest in adventure, gear, upgrades for your vehicle, go to OVRmag.com and use the code @TruckShowPodcast for a discount on print or a 1-year digital subscription for free. The only thing left on my Christmas list is for some more emails, 5-star hotline voicemails, and new reviews on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And of course, for you guys to treat yourselves and use our discount codes to support our sponsors. So while I was going through some of our bank content, I was saving this one truck review for another segment, and I realized I hadn't run it yet, and that segment hasn't quite come together. So I figured my Christmas present to you would be a little truck review of the current Ford Ranger to make sure that this special Christmas episode had a little something bonus extra in there for you. So without further ado, let's do a quick Christmas truck review.
Truck review. Yeah, rolling coal and dragging truck nuts.
Hey everybody, it's Holman, and I know we just played What's in Holman's Driveway, but this one's not in my driveway. Hopefully you can hear it fire up. This one is actually out in the desert with me right now. I did a little off-roading, and we'll get in here and sit in a brand new Ford Ranger XLT with the 2.7 twin turbo V6, which is pretty awesome. So this truck, in line with my trying to keep close to 45,000, is 46,265. The options are the XLT series, the 301A equipment group, which is XLT and dual zone climate control, for 1,045. The 2.7 liter EcoBoost engine, I believe it's 330 horse and 415 pound-feet of torque. 255/70 R17 all-terrain tires, the sport appearance package. This one also has a 373 gear with locking differential. That was $420. Oh, by the way, the EcoBoost was a $2195 option. And then advanced tow package, which with tech, 2,305 floor liners, 160 bed liners that's been sprayed in. That's $495. So base price was $39,645. This has $6,620 in options. In total is $46,265 plus a $1,595 destination. So I'm out off-roading, going down some dirt roads. So I figured it'd be a good opportunity to take you through and let you know what I think about the Ranger. So first of all, I really like the styling upgrade over the last generation. And my favorite thing is probably the interior layout. I love the big screen that's in the portrait, kind of like a Ram 1500. It's nice because you have CarPlay on top, and then your secondary controls like climate control on the bottom half. It does have some physical buttons for climate control, but it doesn't have physical buttons for everything, although this one does have some off-road modes. You get more if you go FX4. This also has the advanced towing package, so it's trailer backup, and it has the adaptive cruise control, things like that. This is the bigger screen as well. The only thing that's weird is you pay for the upgraded tech package, which gives you the reverse steer or Pro Trailer backup assist. You get the bigger screen, but you still have a 10-inch display for the driver dash instead of the bigger one. And then you also don't have a push button starter, which I know it's funny. I used to be like, oh, push buttons suck, but I've gotten lazy and I love them. And it's been really hard to remember. I have to take this key, which is your standard key fob, and then you have to push the button because it's like the switchblade style where the key comes out. Then you got to turn it on. And I've been so slow with proximity sensors and stuff. I got to unlock doors. I know it sounds like a bunch of first world problems, but you would think that Ford would include that with the technology package. I mean, for example, it has mirrors that fold when you park. So why couldn't you just give me a push button? And I've got power cloth seats. Why not just give me a manual cloth seat? I'd gladly trade that for the push button starter. Anyway, one of the little niggles on this truck, and the fact that it doesn't have home link is silly. You have to step up to a Lariat for that. There's a few other differences. Again, cloth seats, although the rear seat does have a armrest with cup holders, which is pretty huge. And this doesn't have the upper glove box, it just has a cubby. But overall, solid feeling truck. Really nice to drive. Directional stability is really good on the freeway. Twisty roads, it's not too much understeer. It's nice and weighty steering, feels good. And it's got giant side mirrors, so visibility with this truck is actually really good. And then this also has a bunch of the cameras as well. And you would think that the 2.7 is the way to go because it has a lot of power, but I found it to be a little bit laggy. And when it's on the boil, it's on the boil. It sounds great. It's smooth. And it gets with it, and the turbos light up, and you're like, damn, that's a lot of power for a little truck. But sometimes the engine and the transmission tuning aren't in sync, which kind of sucks because there's times where you push down the throttle expecting something to happen. There's a little bit of a delay and some latency there that I think the sport mode helps take that out, but I'd rather if sport mode would just be normal and it didn't feel so lazy because this thing has gobs of power. I'm also interested in the new 2.3 liter, which is the MCU engine. It's not the old EcoBoost, it's the new one that's been in the Mustang, I think Explorer for a year, maybe two. Finally made its way into the Ranger for 2025. It makes a lot more power in the Mustang than it does in the Ranger. The Ranger has the older numbers, which I think were like 280, 285 horse and like 330 or something like that torque. But the new engine's supposed to be a little bit underrated so that it doesn't step on the V6 territory. I think that 4-cylinder, I can't wait to drive one. I think that could be a really good choice for a lot of people. Plus you get 4-cylinder fuel efficiency and things like that. But build quality, no squeaks and rattles. This is a non-FX Ford. This is a sport, and yet it still feels really good off-road. Like the shock tuning is actually surprisingly good, and it just overall feels good. The front seats are pretty comfortable. Typical Ford, lots of bolster, which is a good thing. And this also comes with LED lights and signature lighting, which is good as well. And so on the XLT, you get the matrix lighting where as you turn the light, the LED, light up to illuminate your path, if you will. On this, they're just a standard LED, but they're pretty bright. They look good. The cutoff is nice on it, and you get all the signature lighting, so it looks like a more expensive truck. The 17-inch wheels look great on this. They're painted gray. This one's blue, two-tone. So overall styling on this truck is really good. The interior is really good. Back seat, legroom, and comfort seems good. There also seems to be a fair amount of rake to the seat back. It doesn't feel super vertical, which is a problem in some of the pickup trucks. And just overall, it feels really good. Like I said, my biggest complaint about it, and by the way, this truck, I believe, is rated to tow 7,500 pounds, which is great for a midsize. And it feels like it could do that. It also has the integrated trailer brake controller. Again, Pro Trailer backup assist with the steering from the knob, which is another awesome feature for a midsize truck. But overall, really digging on the Ranger. I just wish the transmission and the engine were a little bit more in sync because it makes it feel a little bit lazy and not as much fun to drive around town. But those problems tend to disappear on the highway and off-road. On the dirt road that I'm on now, hasn't been a problem at all. So I'm getting to the end of this road and I'm going to be turning on the pavement, so I'll go ahead and do a wide open throttle. Go ahead and roll the window up and quiet that down, and then hopefully you'll get a chance to hear what this thing sounds like on the road. Also, the vents, the registers seem like they put out enough air. I was driving, it was 100 degrees today, and had no problem with the AC keeping up, so that's another good thing. And again, I just think Ford's done a really good job with the Ranger. I've owned a bunch of these things, the older generations, before they stopped making them. Not the last generation, but 2 generations ago. And I love that truck. And I've always saw myself, wanting to get back into the Ranger, but I didn't really like the offerings. I thought the old styling was really kind of soft. It didn't feel Ford trucky. It felt like more like an Escape. The inside had that kind of Klingon-looking center stack that came from all the economy cars. It just wasn't felt like a truck to me. The seats were overstuffed, and this one definitely has much more of that smaller F-150 vibe to it, which I think is really important for Ford owners. In terms of the options, you can of course get a Lariat and max it out, I think somewhere close to high 50s or maybe even touching 60, and you get leather and a B&O sound system. But to be honest, the base sound system that's in this one is totally fine. Wireless CarPlay, wireless charging pad, all that is awesome. And I asked myself one simple question: could I live with this truck? And I think the answer is yes, but I think I would trade the expense of the V6 upgrade and swap that for the FX4 package, so I get skid plates and better shocks and a little more aggressive tire. So I think that would be my caveat. I think, I could definitely live with this truck. It does everything. It feels, it's very parkable. It feels good. All right, I'm getting out on the pavement here, and I'll do a quick acceleration, then I'll do a wide open throttle. You don't really hear the turbos in this truck, and this truck is super quiet. But the engine's not harsh or coarse or anything like that. It's totally fine. All right, so I'm going to come around the corner. I'm going to line myself up here and go ahead and do... This is a wide open throttle from the start. And that's 60 right there. So I don't know if you heard it when I stomped on it. It took a little bit of time for the revs to catch up, and that's what I'm talking about, that latency or that turbo lag. There's a little bit of that delay on throttle tip-in, and it just feels lazy. But once it hits about 2,000, 2,200 RPM, the turbos start to light, and it just takes off. And it's got plenty of passing power. That feels really great. I go back to the transmission issue where it feels like it gets lost in the gears a little bit on occasion. I can drive it smooth, but I can also figure out where the holes are. So that would be my only major complaint, but I wonder if it's any better with the 4-cylinder. I think the 4-cylinder would be a great option in this truck. But again, rides really nice. It's quiet. Again, 4x4 sport package. Looks good, looks premium. Even though we hit that right around that $45,000 price point, it comes with all the tech and CarPlay and Android Auto, all that kind of stuff. Sirius XM, and overall, really digging the Ranger. So if you guys got any questions, truckshowpodcast@gmail.com. But there's a quick little glimpse at what my feelings are while I'm driving it. Hopefully you guys like coming along for the ride. In mixed city driving, I did about 17 miles per gallon, and it was low 20s on the highways, probably a 400-mile range, something like that. But right now we're doing 50 miles an hour down a 2-lane road, and I don't know, hopefully you can hear how quiet it is. It's a really nicely isolated, and it's a truck that I think I could drive across country no problem and spend a lot of time in. A little bit of rattle that's coming from the cup holder, not from the truck itself. This truck would be at the top of my consideration list if I were going to get a midsize truck, which is definitely on the radar. And I think Ford Ranger is going to be right up there with the other things that I'll consider. So let's mark Ford Ranger on the list, and we'll see where it goes. Thanks for riding along with the truck that's in my driveway. Well, not now, but it will be in a little bit when I get home. So there you have it. A quick look at the Ford Ranger, and that'll do it for this special Christmas episode. Keep the conversation going on social at Truck Show Podcast. Send us some emails, truckshowpodcast@gmail.com. I want to hear from you. Or I want to hear from you. 5-star hotline, 657-205-6105. And we got to thank our sponsors, AMSOIL.com, Kershaw.kaiusa.com, or OVR Magazine, OVRmag.com. And don't forget to leave us a review or go to truckshowpodcast.com and go to the featured products tab where you can see all of the different codes and specials we have so you can pick up yourself something nice. Thanks for listening, and from me and my family to you and yours, Merry Christmas to you all. I hope Santa was good to you, and to all a good night. Let's do it again soon. Merry Christmas!
The Truck Show Podcast is a production of Truck Famous LLC. This podcast was created by Sean Holman and Jay Tillis, hosted by Sean Holman, and uses production elements by DJ Omar Khan and Jay Tillis. If you like what you've heard, please open your Apple Podcast or Spotify app and leave us a 5-star review. And if you're a fan, there's no better way to support the show than by sharing it and patronizing our sponsors. Some vehicles may have been harmed during the making of this podcast.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!